And welcome to you inside Carver Arena here in downtown Peoria. Once again, it's time for Bradley basketball right here on the Valley on ESPN. And today on this Black Friday, a matinee matchup for you as the Braves welcome in the Judson Eagles. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into the broadcast with Matt McClain. I am Brian Vito. We hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving yesterday. Matt, the Braves had a wonderful Thanksgiving week ahead of that as well with that another second straight year in MTE victory. Fancy way of saying Thanksgiving tournament win for the Braves, but played very, very well at Myrtle Beach. Yeah. We're trying to continue that momentum on here this afternoon, heading into a really tough stretch of games coming up.
Yeah, Bradley's offensive efficiencies off of the charts this season, as we'll talk about in the broadcast. Defensively, doing some pretty great work as well, too, so another chance today to continue that great start for the season.
So Judson coming into Carver today, NAIA, part of the CCAC. Let's take a look at them, keys to the game for them as well as the Braves.
Yeah, without a doubt, you start with Judson. Kind of nothing to lose. We talked to head coach Bruce Fields before the game. He said, you know, we got to work on the things we can control today against a strong defensive team, a D1 team, and Bradley kind of go out there and just focus on the intangibles as well, too. So running the floor, hustle plays, defensive assignments, and just making sure that they can keep within striking distance today. Those would be big for the Eagles. And then for Bradley, it's keep it rolling. You know, we talked about the success they had at Myrtle Beach last week, 3 wins in 4 days. You know, kind of keep that momentum going as they have a really good start to the season. And then defensive focus, you know, trying to have a complete 40-minute game today against an NAIA opponent, work on your defensive rotations, make sure you stay locked in, and get those different rotations as well going for the whole program.
All right, Matt, we're about ready to get rolling here. Bradley starting lineup getting announced. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups first for the visiting Judson Eagles. And, you know, you look at their roster up and down, and this is a group that's tried different combinations, but not quite, you know, settled on anything yet. It's earlier in the year. They have a lot of new guys as well. Bradley, on the other hand, a lot of continuity from a starting lineup standpoint this season. They're going to run out the same 5 as we've seen. There you get a look at Judson starting 5, Bradley starting 5 coming out as well with Elmar Atlason, Zeke Montgomery, Christian Davis, Duke Dean, and Darius Hanna. As you get a look at CJ Nwosu, the leading scorer for the Eagles, Isaiah Perry, George Bellevue, Kayvon Anderson, and Finn Walsh to round it out for the Eagles. Again, as I mentioned at the top, out of the CCAC, that's the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference, NAIA school. Bradley, on the other hand, about ready to break their huddle as well. Braves run out the starting lineup that I just mentioned, and same group, and why not? This has been a successful group at the onset of the year as they come in at 6-1 overall after sweeping the Myrtle Beach event, and have come home for Carver for the first time since a couple of weeks ago, just shy of 2 weeks exactly, against Northern Illinois, but wins for the Braves against Texas State, Wright State, and then Middle Tennessee in the championship match last weekend. These two teams have met before. In fact, it was the last time the Braves put up triple digits, 100 points against Judson a few years back.
Yeah, back in 2020. Have another fun one here tonight.
Good crowd on hand this afternoon. Taking a break from the shopping, I guess, right? Is that, we talked about it before. I don't know if that's a thing anymore.
Is everybody out of their food coma as well?
I don't know if I am. As Judson gets on the board quickly on Nwosu, getting the bucket. He's averaging 17 per game. As Atlason draws the double. Here's Darius Hanna splitting traffic and scoring with ease at the other end.
Yeah, you see both teams early on trying to attack the basket, and Nwosu gets things started for the Eagles. Hanna gets a nice response there, driving baseline to get the Braves on the board.
And he increases his already insanely high field goal percentage, which came in at 72%. And keep in mind, that's adding to his offensive arsenal this year with some perimeter shots and three-pointers. There's another deflection. We've seen a lot of Christian Davis doing that so far this season. As pick and pop for Elmar Atlason. And the rebound goes to Bellevue. Bellevue from 16 knocks down the jumper to give the Eagles the lead. Judson at 1-3 to start the year. They're 0-2 on the road. They've already begun conference play at 1-1 in that category.
Yeah, and Judson also had 2 exhibitions thrown into their schedule as well, too. So this is actually game number 6 for them. Bellevue averages just under 12 points per game as well, as you see a Bradley turnover. And this is a Judson team that can score the basketball a little bit. You know, their Achilles heel this season has been the defensive side of the basketball. They're giving up about 100 points a game to some of their opponents. So you think about that today for them, it's really trying to keep, you know, the Braves under that mark and try to see what they can do on this offensive side of the basketball, keeping within striking distance.
Yeah, you mentioned the ability to score the basketball, near 78 points per game as they get the and one underneath from Isaiah Perry, who started now 3 of the 5 contests for the Eagles.
Man, what of an impressive start here for Judson as well, too. Certainly not backing down from Bradley here early on this afternoon. You see the free throw's no good here, but out to a 6-2 advantage and got Bradley here on the ropes early.
Zeke Montgomery, offensive foul, is going to go on a illegal screen on Darius Hanna, the senior out of Milwaukee. And it'll go back over to the Eagles. Again, Judson out of Elgin, Illinois is where the school is located. And Finn Walsh will bring it up. Good one-on-one defense by Dean. Good back cut, however, and finish at the rim by Bellevue. He's off to a good start. Montgomery launches from deep. The Braves will get another chance at it. Underneath, Montgomery with the slam.
That's exactly what the Braves needed there. A little second chance opportunity off a loose ball. Kind of get some of that momentum going a little bit, bring the energy up in the building. Zeke Montgomery gets the slam, and now a steal going the other way.
And they tried the same thing with a different result as Hanna in transition finds Atlason. Every part put down, and the rebound tracked down by Anderson, who tiptoes the baseline, able to keep it in.
Been impressed by Judson's movement off the ball here early on as well, too. Everybody trying to move around, get some flow. You've seen a couple of one-on-one chances here early for Bellevue. We're going to go the other way here.
Substitutions forthcoming for the Braves. We have Amit Jonovic, and good to see Demarion Birch back in the lineup for the Braves. He's been out since the opener. And he brings a lot to the table, Matt, especially on the defensive end. He's one of the Braves' best on-ball defenders they have.
Yeah, he's a lockdown defender and almost instant offense on this side of the floor as well, too. One of the great dribble penetrators that the Braves have. Another great one. Duke Dean drawing the foul right there.
And Birch the ability to really get his own shot and get downhill if needed, right?
And just some circus finishes we've seen, you know, in his very young Bradley career as well, too. A guy who can just get to the rim at will at times and really great at creating his own shot.
They find an open 3 for Dean.
And that's a beautiful out-of-bounds play there by Bradley. Getting the open look for Duke Dean. And, you know, there's not many three-pointers that he doesn't like to put up, and he gets that one to go from the corner.
Coming off a 15.4 rebound, 5 assists, well-rounded performance in the title game against Middle Tennessee. Great box out by Atlason. Birch has it. Hesitation, dribble, finds space, goes up, and he'll go to the line. Something he also does very well at, and that's drawing contact around the rim.
And we see right there, there's the instant offense from Demarion Birch. Almost a one-man fast break, driving right at the heart of the Judson defense. They collapse, get some nice help side defense there from Walsh, but Birch fights through the contact, earns a trip to the charity stripe.
And Birch, who had 9 points in the season opener against SEMO, has been out every game since due to injury, gets his first point since that season opener. Sam Ellis is going to come in for Judson. And the Braves have their first lead of the afternoon. They're on a 7-0 run.
Yeah, nice response there after Judson kind of came out. We're going to get an offensive foul going against Anderson there.
And again, in a microcosm, you've seen what Demarion Birch is so good at on both ends. He draws the contact, scores 2, forces a turnover on the other end.
And 1 minute played. Now, you talk about that coming off the bench and, you know, that leadership quality that he has too as well too. It's a very undervalued part of his game. He's been a great asset to this Bradley program in his 1 year plus with the Braves.
Step back 3 for Duke Dean over the much bigger Sam Ellis, and he's able to knock it down.
There's not much else Ellis can really do about that one. Dean creates some nice separation. That is a tough 3-pointer there by Duke. Dean gets it to go down.
Dean with 6 already for the Braves. Bellevue tries to go up and under. They find Ellis wrestled away by Jonovich, but a tie-up is going to be called. And it'll go to the Braves. When we come back, 15:34 to go in the half. Braves on a 10-0 run.
I wait tables. But last week, I built a field hospital.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Whopper, what's that Whopper? You created these showstoppers, crunchy, saucy, tangy toppers. Can they beat the OG? Have BK, have it your way.
Welcome back to NAIA Island, the reunion. Janina, were you able to find your perfect match on the island?
Well, I'm proof you don't have to settle.
Whoa, Apple Watch SE and iPhone 12?
Guess who else is bundled up?
Hey, bags. I got them both too. Anybody can at Metro.
At Metro, everyone gets their perfect match. iPhone 12 with 5G and Apple Watches E for only $99.99. Only at Metro.
And Doug.
Whoa, we moved. We're in a parade. Everyone, customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save.
And then I wake up.
And you have this dream every night?
Yeah, every night.
I see.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Bradley leads 12-8 at the first media timeout. Get a look at the Judson huddle. And then there in the midst somewhere is Bruce Fields, the head coach of the Judson Eagles in his 5th year, his 7th year overall at Judson, did spend 2 years as an assistant. You see the playing resume as well, played professionally overseas in Europe, played at Gardner-Webb collegiately, who actually is playing at Belmont today, so there's another Valley tie in there, and then part of the Hall of Fame as well from high school. So Bruce Fields, again, like I mentioned, in his 5th year for Judson, and you mentioned out of the gate, Matt, a group that has shown the ability to score. They'll push the tempo a little bit, trying to just throughout the season continue to improve on the other side of the floor.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it's tough at any level of college basketball. The NAIA level is, you know, cutthroat as well too. You got big programs. They got 40 players in their program this year with 2 JV squads. So it's a lot of roster movement. They actually have a pretty decent lineup of returners as well too with 20. So kind of got some of that roster from last season.
Yep.
And it's a lot of continuity you're trying to work through early in the season, and a great test for them today early on in the season for them to kind of learn a little bit about their team against some excellent players against Bradley.
Yeah, this is a game you get up for, right?
Oh, without a doubt. Like the Demarion Birch's vertical.
Yeah, absolutely. Jonovich, he's got 5 Navy jerseys on him.
Great hustle.
And he draws the whistle on the floor.
Yeah, that's one of those learning opportunities for Jonovich there. It's like, don't bring the ball down. You see what happens, get a nice little swarm, but nice activity crashing the offensive glass there and keeping the possession alive for the Braves.
Montgomery to Jonovich. fade to Hannah. He's been on fire from there, not this time. And the rebound goes to Trey Spires off the bench for the Eagles. Back cut, there's Dorian Little, and that pass intercepted by Birch. No numbers, he's going downhill anyway, and great help by Bellevue. As he sends one out, it'll remain Bradley basketball with 24 on the clock, but good hustle again by the Eagles getting back in transition.
Yeah, Bellevue, great job there coming to the help side on the fast break. Looked like Birch had the advantage there. Comes out of nowhere and swats that one away.
Screen roll to Jonovic. And a whistle and a foul. That's going to go on CJ Nwosu, and that's his second. And you thought this could potentially be an issue for Judson today, and that's foul trouble. They've already committed 6. We're only 5 minutes and 19 seconds in. So the Braves will be in the bonus for the duration of the first half.
Man, these free throws coming from some really nice execution from the Braves as well, too. One of the areas of Ahmet Jonovic's game that has grown exponentially since coming to Peoria just a little less than 2 years ago, actually, is his ability to get downhill off these screen and rolls. You see there with Dean as well, getting deep and just attacking the basket. And, you know, a pretty good free throw shooter for a 7-footer as well, too. As I knock on wood as this one goes up.
And in, you're saved for the time being.
Right. You know, that curse of the commentator can be pretty rough.
Yeah, so Jonovic will check out his first 2 points. He averaging 7 a game. Did have an 11.7 rebound a game against Wright State in that nail biter of a semifinal at Myrtle Beach.
An interesting defensive look here from the Braves, trapping the ball once it gets across half court.
Good touch pass by Sam Ellis. Good recovery by the Braves underneath.
Oh.
Bellevue with those broad shoulders underneath. Got a lot of strength and power and is able to go up and score. He's got 6.
And an excellent pass from Hoover, kind of looping that one in there between a couple of defenders on the baseline. Nice assist, and Judson gets the offense back on track.
Atlison gets a good look. That hit off the shot clock. It will go back over to the Eagles. Braves with a 4-point lead. That last bucket by Judson did end a 12-0 run by Bradley.
And you see Atlison last time down for the Braves, unable to connect with that 3. Basketball players, you got to have some short-term memory because 0 for 3 so far in this game, but those are shots that this coaching staff wants him to take, and he knocks down with confidence as well.
That one left short. Hannah swings it forward to Atlison. Back to Hannah. Quick pass to Johnson. Again, good transition defense by Judson. Still 16 to shoot. Hannah will sidestep. Boxed out well by the Eagles.
Yeah, Hoover didn't see Jaquan Johnson coming on the back end there, and a nice steal for the Braves.
No look pass to Montgomery. Ball movement to Atlison. He puts it on the floor, kicks it out. Davis steps into a 3. Hannah using that length to his advantage, goes up, spins off, then Ellis the board. Spires. Here's Bellevue. High flash for Ellis. Tried on the give and go. Active hands by the Braves. They force another turnover. Here's Johnson. There's Montgomery. Wing 3 is short. And chased down by Spires. Ahead to Bellevue. That's a tough pass to receive. And Johnson comes away with it the other way. Underhand flip to Davis. He kicks it out. And Atlison just can't buy one here in the first half.
Yeah, both teams the last minute and a half here really struggling to find one to get one to go down. A lot of back and forth action. And Judson gets their opportunity here now.
And the Braves have been just unbelievable behind the three-point line to start the year as Bellevue now has 8.
And you talk about that three-point prowess by Bradley. Actually ranked 3rd in all Division I college basketball in terms of three-point field goal percentage. shooting 44% this year. See Christian Davis going down the baseline.
Wow, and the bucket. What a catch by Davis to even keep that one in bounds, one-handed. And he rewards himself with a bucket, and we'll have a chance for one more when we come back. 11:43 remaining in the half. Bradley out to a 16-12 lead here on the Valley on ESPN.
This is a nightmare.
Someone call for a nightmare?
Hang on. That's your nightmare? Some roof damage? I'm a professional. I deal with real nightmares. You just need to sing the State Farm jingle.
State Farm jingle?
Do it!
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm can help with your claim. We're here when you need us.
Great. Can you get rid of it?
Ooh, who we getting rid of? Wait.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome to the Playground Showdown. On today's field, we have Mom versus her pint-sized powerhouse Timmy. Mom takes off like a blur, and oh, looks like she's hurt her foot, and is now showing us an impromptu dance.
Whether your game is on the basketball court or the playground, get back to it with world-class orthopedic care. Brought to you by OSF Healthcare and Great Plains Orthopedics, official sports medicine providers for Bradley Athletics. Find care now at osfhealthcare.org/orthocare.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with the Ford crew.
Maverick, Ranger.
Another truckload of trucks?
Big event needs big selection. Right, like the Ford F-Series. Best-selling trucks for 47 years. Gas, hybrid, electric, and big selection means great deals. Exactly, which means it's the best time to buy.
Choose Flex Buy on F-150 and get 1.9% for 66 months plus 1,000 Flex Buy cash and 1,000 holiday bonus cash. Only at your local Ford dealer.
With Matt McLean, I am Brian Beto back here in Peoria with Bradley on top of Judson, 16-12 as you get a look at the Bradley huddle. And in there is, you can see Brian Wardle, now in his 10th year here in Peoria. Valley Coach of the Year to his resume. You see that there a couple of years back. NBC title that season as well. 258 total wins. 163 of those coming at Bradley. And Valley season is coming up. We have the mini start right after this. He's got 85 Valley wins, which is just one behind Chuck Orsborn for third all time. Likely we'll pass the legendary Joel Stoll as well this year. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves yet, but it just speaks to what this staff and what this program has done during this tenured, and excited to see how this regular season, the Valley slate goes. But December coming up is going to be, we'll get into this later on in the broadcast, but a lot of tough tests for the Braves. Not only with the conference opener at Southern, but some very, very good non-conference teams, both coming here and Bradley traveling on neutral sites as well.
Yeah, Brian, you said a really key word when talking about Coach Wardle and his tenure at Bradley and staff. And you talk about things to be thankful for this holiday season and Thanksgiving. How about Jimmy Foster and Coach Bargan being here all 10 years with Coach Wardle, and that continuity and what you can build in the program with that consistency as you see Atlason get on track with that three ball from the corner. But 10 years of a head coach and your top two assistants inside of your program and what that's been able to kind of create here in Peoria has just really been remarkable.
Yeah, there's no question about it. And a group that has gotten off to another really good start. Just one blemish in their first 7 games. Now have their largest lead of the afternoon and mix it up defensively on this trip.
Yeah, and Bradley's been kind of toying around with some of these defenses as well, too, different zones. Judson trying to get the ball in the middle here and does a nice job of getting create a shot there for Bellevue. But the Braves get out on the open floor once again.
That's his first miss from the field. He's now 4 of 5. He's got 8 of the Eagles 12 points. As Atlason looking for 2 in a row, couldn't get that one to drop. Spires to walk it up. Quick trigger 3, and Ellis is there to collect the rebound. He's backing his way on Jonovic. Somehow gets it to go. Good touch by Ellis.
Yeah, battle the bigs there, and Ellis gets that one to go high off of the glass over Jonovic. Nice little offensive spurt there for, Ellis.
And Birch answers at the other end with a three. His first three, and the Braves stretch the lead back out to 8. Pair of corner threes, one coming from Atlason, one from Birch.
And I love to see that addition to Birch's game too as well. If he can take the next level on the perimeter, get those knockdown shots going for the Braves, he's going to be absolutely lethal.
That's one thing about this Bradley offense is you had at least 4, potentially 5 three-point threats on the floor at all times. That skipped to one of those threats, Dean, who runs his defender off the line and gets the 2.
That was a vertical there by Duke Dean as well, too, getting high off of the ground there for that little mid-range jumper.
He leads all Bradley scorers with 8. Came in averaging 13 on the young season. 5 of the 6 field goals for Judson have come in the paint, and they'll turn it back over to Bradley, who has actually scored now in double figures in points off turnovers to start this game. Corey Thomas will check in. And coming in is Isaiah Perry for Judson. Johnson, the freshman from Milwaukee.
They've had some success with guys out of Milwaukee recently, would you say?
I think that's a mild understatement. As Dean buries another 3.
Yeah, he can heat up quick, and Duke Dean is on fire here early on in this game. Already into double figures with 11.
Apparently kept his pivot foot down. That's Hoover. Trying to curl is Nwosu, who's playing with 2 fouls. Walsh, good help by Thomas. Pick and pop up top. For Little, drives right side, back out, 4 to shoot. Hoover launches, and Walsh will give the Eagles another chance. Spinning in the lane and being influenced by Hannah is Isaiah Perry. Johnson with a burst the other way. Wards off his defender and scores.
Look at the strength there by Jaquan Johnson down there with the bigs. Takes the contact, initiates the contact rather. Gets that one to go. And on the other end, going to get called for a reach-in.
Bradley has opened up a 15-point lead as Zeke Montgomery is going to come in for Demarion Birch.
Yeah, they call Jaquan Johnson bully. You think that's a fair nickname with some of that physicality he plays with? I mean, on the defensive end, very physical. You just see finish on the offensive end, and actually leads the Braves in fouls drawn this year and free throw attempts. He gets to the line, and he's 30 free throw attempts this season, a guy who plays with a ton of physicality.
Dean draws the double, backs out. Hannah's open for 3.
That is such an underrated part of Darius Hannah's game this season, knocking down the 3-pointers. Came into the game shooting 54% on the season, and just an incredible addition to his game is that 3-point prowess he's added.
Yeah, he's now 10 of 16 from 3. And it gives the Braves, and we asked Twirtle about this before the game, just flexibility with the rotation as Dean catch and shoot 3. He stays high.
Absolutely on fire. Duke Dean, 14 first half points here. 14 points in just 13 minutes of this ball game. He is absolutely on fire with the 3 there from the elbow as well.
Yeah, what a run by the Braves. It's now a 21-point lead. We'll step aside, take a timeout. Back after this, you're watching The Valley.
The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now right at your fingertips here in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited about launching our Circus Sports app in Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high betting limits, tight money line splits, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that sore throat.
Vapical drops?
It's sore throat relief with a rush of Vicks Vapors.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool Drops.
Come on, Mufasa. Let's get in some trouble.
It's time. I'll tell you a story. About a prince you know as Scar. And an orphan who would become the king.
Mufasa, the Lion King.
Can I make one suggestion? Less drama, more meerkat.
Rated PG. Tickets on sale now.
At Noble, it's time to celebrate the holidays.
Bye, Mom.
You know who's had your back this year. Show up for those who've shown up for you. Shop the Noble gift guides at nobleproject.com.
.709 remaining here in the first half as Bradley has opened up a 21-point lead, thankfully, due to this three-point barrage in the last few minutes.
Yeah, 7 3-pointers for the Braves here in this first half. A barrage of them coming from Duke Dean. Demarion Birch got involved. Almar Allison, a corner three ball. And the Braves doing a great job of kind of responding. You know, Judson got out to an 8-2 lead in the first 2 minutes. Since then, it's been a 33-6 run by Bradley, really kind of emphasizing their dominance in this ball game.
Yeah, the Braves have made 5 of their last 6 triples. Matt talked about their prowess offensively from 3. You know, I think sometimes it gets understated, the overall three-point metric, and I'll go over what I mean there. Is Anderson has that one short. That's an example of it. Not only are they elite at making threes to start the year, they're also fantastic at stopping other teams from hitting threes. So when you look at the three-point margin and how this team performs on both sides of the floor from beyond the arc, it really is a large recipe for success at this level.
And that's one of those things that the Bradley staff has really kind of hung their hats on, you know, during this Brian Wardle era, is game planning and making sure that the players know their roles and know their assignments, who's a shooter, knowing the defensive tendencies, and really doing a great job of identifying those shooters and making sure that they don't allow another team to kind of play to their strengths, and really something Bradley's worked on to perfection almost this season.
Yeah, it's the one-on-one and the team defense, but to your point, it's not just that, it's making sure the guys that are shooting the threes are the guys that they can afford to let shoot, that have those lower percentages as well. As Duke Dean and Corey Thomas will check out. You see Connor Dillon checking in for the first time this afternoon. Almar Allison also back in for the Braves. Blocked by Hanna. He slips, and a travel on Isaiah Perry. Good effort by Hanna on the defensive end.
Yeah, one of the things I love about this Bradley team as well, too, it's almost like 1 through 5. They're going to have some length out on the floor. Darius Hanna right there doing a great job sticking with that, not fouling on that possession as well. Kuzzi's battling underneath with Perry.
Dillon on a baseline cut. Good luck. And Nwosu to the board.
Now, if you're Judson here, the last several minutes offensively, it's kind of gotten a little bit stagnant. They're having so much success early on in the game, kind of free flowing, getting some guys moving, getting the ball moving as well too. Make sure you find that extra pass, get the ball moving, try to get the offense back on track.
Foul's going to go on Hanna. That's the 5th on the Braves. Birch comes in for Johnson, Jonovich in for Hanna. As on this Thanksgiving weekend, the Braves have a football score lead, 35-14.
That's a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah. State championship weekend in Illinois.
That's right. Down at Illinois State, yeah, 100%.
Fielded well by Walsh. 10 to shoot. Here's Bellevue, who has 8. Defended well by Jonovic. Nwosu finds Bellevue corner 3. Tracks down his own rebound. Nope, hit the baseline first.
And right there, a little microcosm of one of the things Bradley's really been trying to work on. We talked to Coach Wardle before the game. He was saying we're trying to focus on boxing out. You see right there the corner 3 ball unable to go. And Bradley didn't box out the shooter there. Had an opportunity to get that putback and unfortunately stepped out for the Eagles. But one of the things that Bradley, of course, still trying to work on here tonight is Almar Allison gets the 3 ball to go in the corner.
Yeah, Allison, you love his mentality after he misses his first 4 threes, like, not going to stop me, keep shooting and shooting, and rightfully so. This is someone that nearly set a Bradley three-point percentage record as a freshman. He's actually improved upon that by 1% heading into this year, came in at 42%, and he knocks down another.
And what I'm loving from Allison this year, too, as well, is the addition of a little bit of a mid-range game. He's getting the dribble penetrations, getting to the hoop a lot more as well, too, not just kind of relying on it. See the big hit from Jonovic on that inbound pass. Oh, my goodness. Just blow that one back into the 4th row. But Allison's kind of become a much more complete offensive player this year. The staff's really working with him on his defensive and rebounding skills as well, too, and really making some big improvements there.
Offensive rebound, Bellevue, and a whistle and a foul is going to go. I believe that's going to be on Allison. And Bellevue will go to the line where he's 8 of 10 on the season. That's the 2nd on Allison, the sophomore from Reykjavik, Iceland. And Bellevue, who made his first 4 field goal attempts and leads all Eagles scorers with 8, will step to the stripe. Most recently a loss to St. Xavier for Judson.
Yeah, and what I've loved so far in this first half, especially from Bellevue, is his tenacity on the offensive glass, keeping plays alive, coming out of the gate. Took a couple one-on-one opportunities extremely well in the Chicago product. And you mentioned the CCAC, the conference that they play, and obviously focused around Chicago. You look at their roster and a ton of talent. A lot of guys coming out of the Chicagoland area as well, too.
Step back 3 from Montgomery, shaves the rim. And there is Bellevue once again. Nwosu trying to force the issue, spins in the lane, and a jump ball is going to be called. It'll stay with Judson. Good hands by the Braves. Bronson Bardick will come in for Judson. Davis, Dean, Hanna back in for the Braves. We've led by as many as 24 here in the first half. Nwosu, long-range triple. He splashes one in.
Yeah, he leads them in scoring for a reason, coming into the game at 17 points per game for the Eagles. One of those guys who, they don't really shoot a lot of threes. Right. He's their biggest volume three-point shooter on the season. We kind of mentioned at the top of the program, they don't shoot a very high percentage from 3, but he's one of the guys who can get them to go.
Yeah, came in 25%, but as Matt mentioned, 12 attempts before that one. Dean in transitions, Davis way off the mark, and that'll go back over to Judson when we come back. 3:50 to go here in the first half. Bradley doubling up the Judson Eagles, 38-19 right here in the Valley on ESPN.
There's one quality we all want from an auto repair shop. Honesty, right? At Peoria Tire and Vulcanizing, everything we do is to earn your trust. Whether changing your car's oil, putting new tires on your tractor, or maintaining your commercial vehicles, we do it with integrity at Peoria Tire, like we've done for 100 years. Give us a call right now, and we'll get you set up with an appointment. Honesty, the original way to do business. From the original Peoria Tire.
Since 1991, St. Louis has served as the gateway to the best men's basketball tournaments. Arch Madness. Experience buzzer beaters, madness, and Missouri Valley Conference glory. And it begins here. The 2025 State Farm MVC Men's Basketball Tournament, presented by Credit Union 1 and Great Southern Bank, tips off March 6th through the 9th. Celebrate 35 years of Arch Madness. Get your tickets now at archmadness.com.
Welcome to the Playground Showdown. On today's field, we have Mom versus her pint-sized powerhouse Timmy. Mom takes off like a blur, and oh, looks like she's hurt her foot and is now showing us an impromptu dance.
Whether your game is on the basketball court or the playground, get back to it with world-class orthopedic care. Brought to you by OSF Healthcare and Great Plains Orthopedics, official sports medicine providers for Bradley Athletics. Find care now at osfhealthcare.org/orthocare.
.350 to go here in the first half. Bradley leading Judson 38-19. Brian Beto and Matt McLean with you on this Thanksgiving weekend. We hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. Did you have a nice Thanksgiving?
Absolutely. Fantastic. I think I ate 3 meals yesterday, so I'm probably not eating today. That's what Thanksgiving is all about, though. I watch a little football, and you know what? Nothing like a little Black Friday basketball to kind of keep that appetite going.
Absolutely. One of 5 games in the Valley today. Is this one? We can get you caught up on that throughout the course of the broadcast as well. More games, more NBC games slated for later on this weekend, too. Some good performances by some Valley teams during their MTEs, those multi-team events. For those that are unfamiliar with the acronym. As a lob for Hannah, and he had one spin off, but he just collects another rebound instead. Pads stats a little bit.
Still gets
the
the 2 points, absolutely. The dunk and the layup are still worth the same.
Ellis way out, spins baseline, and he throws it right to Zeke Montgomery. Montgomery in transition, finds Atlason streaking in. That's a really good touch with at the speed he was going down the lane to lay it nice and easily off the glass and in.
Yeah, and uses the weak hand as well, too, right down the lane. Uses the left hand off the glass. Love to see that from Almar Atlason.
Anderson fumbles it and then travels. And Dean will bring it up. Dean leading all scorers with 14 points and a pair of assists as well. Already surpassed his season average in points. The elbow, Atlason gives back to Dean. Here comes the ball screen. Pick and pop, deep 3 Atlason. Short, Hannah is there. Kicks it out, he'll try it again. This time it's down.
You think Almar Atlason's got the green light? My goodness, making it rain here in the first half with 3-point attempts. Gets that one to go from straight away on the second time going.
He joins Dean in double figures. He's got 11 here in the first half, coming off an 11-point performance against Middle Tennessee. As Bellevue knocks down another. He's got 12 as Atlason adds 2 more to his total.
And way to run the floor there as well, too. Dean keeps his eyes up, sees Atlason streaking down the middle of the court. And now the Braves have numbers once again.
Got 2 more for Atlason. Hey, mistimed his jump a little bit. I don't know if he was going to go for the dunk or what, but ended up 2 points on the other end. Landed somewhat awkwardly. Hope he's all right. Good ball fake, and there's the dunk.
Hey, there it is from Almar. They're going to get a foul on this one too, maybe.
Too.
My goodness. Give that guy a little breather for a second. He's going up and down all over the place. He's going to go to the free throw line for a chance for a 3-point play. Get another look here. Nice shot fake, dribble, drive, penetration. And Bronson Bartich does a good job there. Made a business decision getting out of the way of Atlason. And Atlason really impressive here in the last couple of minutes, getting up and down the floor.
He will get a break at the next stoppage. As Jonovic had to check back in. But Atlason now with 15 here in the first half. Hoover receives the handoff. It's cut off by Atlason, needs help. Instead he finds Christian Davis. Davis to Birch, and he quickly shovels it up and in.
Yeah, beautiful job in transition by the Braves there. Davis makes the unselfish pass to Birch, finishes through the contact.
Tough three by Hoover on the other end over Darius Hannah. Nicely done.
Beautiful shot there by Hoover. A much needed three ball there by the Eagles. Dean looking for the answer.
And he does.
And my goodness, Bradley's three-point prowess here in the first half. It's a 54-point outburst here for the Braves with an opportunity to make it even more before the half's over.
Perry. Hoover, another three, not this time. Atlas in the board. Dean, short.
As a heat check and also an opportunity for potentially a quick 2-for-1 as well. Bradley using the little advanced analytics there to get an extra possession here out of the first half as long as they can get a defensive stop. Oh, there's one.
They're not going to pull this one out, though. And Christian Davis with the slam. Timeout taken. Their use it or lose it timeout by Bradley with 15.1 to go. As the lead has ballooned up to 30.
One of the keys we talked about coming into the game was kind of that defensive focus by the Braves here. An excellent first half, one would say, allowing just 26 points, but it's about having that full 40-minute game and not putting your head down or anything and just going to work. Christian Davis does a nice job there here to close out the first half with that steal and score. And Christian Davis really been one of the key contributors for this Bradley team's success here so far early in the season. Probably their best on-ball defender. Really kind of stepped into that Malvi Leon's role in terms of, hey, I'm going to guard the other team's best offensive player pretty much every single night. Leads the team in minutes played as well, too. And, you know, his offensive game has really blossomed as well, too. We've seen some big outbursts from him so far this season.
Well, he's been great. He was remarkable at Myrtle Beach. Was recognized for his performance in that tournament, and just a guy that whatever that night dictates and what this team needs, he seems to provide. And then he provides a steal here. 7 up top. Birch couldn't get it cleanly. Now 4 to shoot, and they'll have to force one up. If Hannah a little too strong, and that's how the first half comes to an end. The Braves get hot down the stretch, and they have opened up a 30-point lead here at home. We'll step aside, take a timeout, be back to recap the first half with some stats, highlights, and more. It's Bradley 56, Judson 26. You're watching The Valley on ESPN.
With Remarkable Paper Pro, our meetings are so much more efficient, free from distractions, making it easier to visualize and work together. We're more structured, more focused, without the paper clutter, and our workflow is streamlined, protected. It's a smarter way for us to get things done.
Get your paper tablet at remarkable.com today.
I don't care about championships. I've already done that. It's something else now. It's more than skill. It's unbreakable mindset. Sometimes you gotta remind them. I'm built for this.
The PFL World Championships. After a season of battles and bruises, all the sacrifices and scars are about to pay off.
One night.
6 belts.
6 belts. $6 million.
$6 million.
And a legacy.
A legacy that'll last forever. That belt.
That title.
That million is mine.
It all comes down to this. This is the PFL World Championship.
TJ. JJ. JJ.
Lateral races. Brutal.
TJ. TJ.
It's time to play offense. Turn it up. Whoa, let's cool it, you two.
Mom.
Chandra Pantoja, the best flyweight in the world.
NAIA Sakura making his UFC debut.
We got 2 undefeated phenoms. Let's go.
What a night.
NHL on ESPN Plus is back. Enjoy 1,000+ out-of-market games and so much more. That's hockey on ESPN Plus.
Halftime at Carver Arena, Bradley leading Judson 56-26, and we have the Valley mini start to conference play this coming week, but believe it or not, Arch Madness will be here before you know it, and it tips off March 6th through 9th in St. Louis, and the MVC Fan Hangout at Ballpark Village is the best place to celebrate before and after games. Visit the MVC Fan Hangout to enjoy Ballpark Village restaurants, entertainment, and everything Arch Madness. For more information, visit archmadness.com and click on Fan Hangout. Well, if you're just joining us, you missed a lot offensively from the Braves in that first half. And Matt, you know, the Braves came out. Judson came out, got off to a good start. First couple minutes, led 8-2. And for opening possession, you could see right there. But after the Braves settled in, they really took over.
Yeah, Bellevue with that beautiful tip right to Wosu gets that bucket to go. Judson actually got out to an 8-2 lead, played really strong first 5 or 6 minutes. Bradley really keyed in defensively, started getting some stops on the defensive end. That transitioned to their offense. Bradley's forced 19 turnovers here in this first half, has led to 25 of their points. Christian Davis with a football-like catch there off of the baseline. Drive, get it to go, and one, and that really got the offense going. I think that play right there, you know, Bradley really kind of got the 3-ball going as well, too. After that, we saw some nice efforts on the defensive end there. Darius Hanna with a big block, and then, you know, Almar Allison went 3 for 9 in the first half. Duke Dean with a huge offensive outburst as well, too. Dean leading all scorers with 17 points. And Bradley, after that slow start, really found their rhythm on the offensive end as well, too, Brian.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get Darius Hanna with the bucket, and a group that's just very capable that if one guy's not knocking down shots at the time, it can open up, other guys will. And by the time you can see Almar Allison, who missed his first 4 threes and then just got red hot. And then Christian Davis, how many times have we said this about his career, turning defense into offense?
Yeah, my goodness, he's an excellent player on the defensive end and really taking the next step to being an excellent player overall for Bradley. That offensive production that we've talked about earlier in the first half, he's been excellent for the Braves.
Well, those are the highlights. We'll step aside. We'll take a look at some of the metrics after this. You're watching Bradley Braves basketball right here on the Valley on ESPN.
With Remarkable Paper Pro, our meetings are so much more efficient, free from distractions, making it easier to visualize and work together. We're more structured, more focused, without the paper clutter, and our workflow is streamlined, protected. It's a smarter way for us to get things done.
Get your paper tablet at remarkable.com today.
I don't care about championships. I've already done that. It's something else now. It's more than skill. It's unbreakable mindset. Sometimes you gotta remind them.
I'm built for this.
The PFL World Championships. After a season of battles and bruises, all the sacrifices and scars are about to pay off.
One night.
6 belts.
6 belts. $6 million.
$6 million.
And a legacy.
A legacy that'll last forever.
That belt.
That title.
That million is mine.
It all comes down to this. This is the PFL World Championship.
TJ. JJ.
Lateral raises. Brutal.
TJ.
It's time to play offense. Turn it up. Whoa, let's cool it, you two.
Mom!
Alexandre Pantoja, the best flyweight in the world.
NAIA Judson making his UFC debut.
We got 2 undefeated phenoms. Let's go.
What a night.
NHL on ESPN Plus is back. Enjoy 1,000+ out-of-market games and so much more. That's hockey on ESPN Plus.
Two elite conferences loaded with talent on the spotlight.
Let's go!
Which side will shine the brightest?
Are you not entertained?
And whose legend will grow?
Spectacular!
The SEC-ACC Challenge, next Thursday on ESPN.
Let's go!
The SEC-ACC Challenge, next Thursday on ESPN.
(56-26) is your score here on a very chilly late November afternoon in Peoria. Brian Beto and Matt McLean. We just showed you the highlights a moment ago. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the first half statistics and look at some of the team totals. Matt, what kind of a few things stand out, but I'll ask you your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the turnovers very briefly there. The 19 for Judson is obviously a very large number. Looking at what Bradley can control, obviously the 2 turnovers has been really, really great. You know, that's something that kind of struggled the first 3 or 4 games of the season. Really did a nice job at the Myrtle Beach Invitational, cutting back on those turnovers. They're just about 10 a game in those 3 contests. So doing a good job of keeping with that. 3-point field goal percentage, obviously Judson's right around their season percentage. I think they're about 24.5 from 3 on the season. Bradley shooting at 40% from 3 is excellent. Bradley really, the last 15 minutes of that first half emphasized their control of this game.
Yeah, individually for the Braves, leading the way, Duke Dean's got 17, Almar Atlason's got 15, George Bellevue leading all Judson scorers in double figures with 12. Well, it is Black Friday, as we mentioned a couple of different times, and we figured that we'd put a little sort of theme towards some different, I guess, Bradley sort of nuggets, bullet points, and what's been going on with this team recently, both on and off the floor. They get a look at the scene and Duke Dean, and look at what he's been able to do. We're talking about a guy that's keeps moving up the top of the leaderboard in so many different categories, including his three-pointer.
Black Friday's all about numbers, right? And some of these dollar numbers on here are made up for fun here, but hey, Black Friday, talk about the 3 balls that Duke Dean has made, and how much do you think that trophy actually cost? That's a pretty cool trophy that they got to bring home. Obviously, bringing home one of those MTE trophies.
Third in 4 years.
Third in 4 years, and that's something that there's nothing like winning in March, but November works as well, too, to bring home a trophy. And obviously, Christian Davis was the MVP of that Myrtle Beach Invitational as well, too. So just an excellent little showing for him as well, too. A really strong year for him so far.
Yeah, he's been outstanding, and also he gets recognized as a scholar athlete. So a lot of different recognitions and awards, and rightfully so, for Christian Davis. And, of course, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, the 365 days of the year for Brian Wardle, and the Coach of the Year a couple of years ago. And, again, the preseason first for the Braves. And we know this team, we know this program's identity, and it's been on display early on in the season. And one thing that we haven't touched on yet, but one thing that we're really excited about, while we're very, very excited about the present, it's hard not to get excited about what lies ahead as well for the Braves as they bring in a really talented group of freshmen, incoming freshmen next year.
And what's really nice is those top 2 names. There's Zobrist and Richardson, Peoria guys. One at Manual, one at Metamora. And what's nice about around Thanksgiving time is maybe there's a little bit of a break, right? So Coach Wardle, I know, got to go down to the Tournament of Champions and watch Zobrist a couple days ago. Got to go down to Decatur to watch Richardson. Can't get down to Texas to check out Montana Wheeler, but we know all about his game and what he's going to bring to the program. A very high-scoring and high-level guard as well, too. So 3 excellent backcourt additions from the class for next year for the Braves, and a lot more to look forward to coming up for this program.
No question about it. Well, let's go ahead and take another break. We'll be back. Second half of action between Bradley and Judson. It's coming at you next.
Oh, whose is this? I wanted a house. She did too. Pizza. What did you break? I knew I couldn't do it on my own. Food's here. Right. So we thought, why not go all in together? Okay. That's when buying a home together got real. That was my good face, wasn't it?
A December pay-per-view to remember.
What a night.
Alexandre Pantoja, the best flyweight in the world.
NAIA Judson making his UFC debut.
He's a vicious striker. We got 2 undefeated phenoms. Let's go.
I'm so pumped for this fight. They will not be able to keep the roof on this place.
Just about ready to get rolling here in the second half. You see the Judson huddle. Again, who they came out of the gates a strong. Matt got a bucket on just 2 seconds after the opening tip. Good start, 8-2, and they'll try to regroup here. Again, this is a team that averages nearly 78 points per game, so at the very least, I'm sure they're going to want to get that offense going to what they're used to. They do play at a high pace. They rotated a lot of bodies into that first half, and see if they can find a good balance here in the second half, or a group that will return to conference play here shortly after. And I know they were excited, ready to roll into this one. You even saw before the game in the warm-up, some of the players kind of looking around, impressed with the atmosphere. Yeah, cool. Literally, wow, yes. Saying that, impressed with the atmosphere in the crowd here at Carver Arena and the opportunity to play here this afternoon. Backdoor lob for Montgomery, who lays it up and in.
Yeah, nice drawn-up play there for the Braves coming out of the break. Little backdoor lob for Montgomery, able to come down and put it back up and in.
It's a second field goal for Montgomery today. 8 different Braves scored in that first half. Perry,
strong,
spinning. Hanna got his hands in there and forces the steal. Montgomery tries a 3 now, and it won't count, as they're going to say he walked first.
Yeah, took a little hop on the catch. You see just a lot of players doing that these days. Oh, one of those, if you want to call that, you can call it on pretty much every play. It's like the NFL. Everybody's holding on a play, right? It's like you catch when you take a little hop. Decide to call it on that one.
Good deflection. Hirosu guarded by Davis. Crosses him over. There's Perry, just north of the elbow. Another deflection. That's the second on this trip for the Braves. Forces a tough deuce from Anderson. Walsh trying to keep it in, and does right to Anderson, who was right place, right time, couldn't finish. And good effort by Perry underneath, spatted out by Montgomery, but it will stay with Judson with 18 on the shot clock.
That was one of those intangibles that Coach Fields was talking to us about the game is, hey, we got to go out there and control our effort, our hustle, getting back on defense, just things that are really hard to teach, but your players got to go out and give some effort, keeping that play alive. But now Bradley out in transition as well.
Underneath, and stepping in front of that is Nwosu. He finds Walsh. Pump fake, no look underneath to Perry, and he couldn't catch up to it. Birch gets early minutes here in the second half. Crowd still on their feet as customary to begin every half until the opposition scores. Left wing Birch, up top Montgomery. This one is not waved off as he buries the triple.
I mean, it's the same thing. Pretty much the same thing happens there, but Zeke Montgomery nonetheless gets that one to go, the triple from straight away. Bradley with a nice start here to the second half, a little 5-0 run.
Bellevue slips the screen, just couldn't connect. And now the Braves off and running. Hanna left side. He hands to Birch. Birch on his way in the corner. Here's Montgomery, who stays hot. The only two of them have counted, but he's hit 3 threes in a row. And the Braves have the first 8 here in the second half.
Yeah, Zeke Montgomery, one of those instant offense type players as well, too. He was a starter on the MVC championship team 2 years ago. Kind of went out on loan to Rhode Island last year and came back to Peoria after 1 year at Rhode Island, and this coaching staff and program is so excited to have Zeke Montgomery back in the red and white.
One-handed pass to Hanna, who finishes with some contact. And he becomes the first Brave not named Zeke Montgomery to score in the second half. There's a bucket by Anderson on the other end. The first points of the half for Judson. Ends Bradley's 10-0 run. Montgomery, not this time.
Nice hustle by Hanna, tracking down that rebound, getting another possession here for the Braves.
Montgomery one-on-one in the lane, couldn't finish. Bellevue to walk it up for the Eagles, who again came in at 1-3. Bradley at 6-1, a perfect 3-0 here at Carver Arena to begin the year. Allison didn't bite at that fake, gets the steal. Birch will bring it up. Finds a little bit of space and is bumped on his way in. Basket won't count on the floor.
And they get Perry on that one. Just Birch way too fast for Perry on that occasion. And he's sending that instant offense that we kind of talked about in the first half. See it getting going there. And Birch just does an excellent job of drawing contact and kind of initiating that as well, too. And really kind of punishes teams, opposing teams, in terms of trying to guard the basketball and trying to stay out of foul trouble. Does a great job of drawing those fouls.
Dean with a step back three.
She's been on fire so far here today. Duke Dean already his 6th three-point make. Obviously, he had that huge game last year where he tied the all-time record for a single game. The Braves out on transition.
1-0 for Birch. And he brings it home.
Nice to have him back in a Bradley uniform. Missed the last 6 games with an injury, and you see what he's been able to bring in his return back to the program and back into action. Getting out on the fast break, making it count for the Bradley.
Bradley picking up where they left off at the end of the first half. The lead, 71-28.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with the Ford crew.
Maverick, Ranger.
Another truckload of trucks?
Big event needs big selection. Right, like the Ford F-Series. Best-selling trucks for 47 years. Gas, hybrid, electric, and big selection means great deals. Exactly, which means it's the best time to buy.
Choose Flex Buy on F-150 and get 1.9% for 66 months plus 1,000 Flex Buy cash and 1,000 holiday bonus cash. Only at your local Ford dealer.
There's one quality we all want from an auto repair shop. Honesty, right? At Peoria Tire and Vulcanizing, everything we do is to earn your trust. Whether changing your car's oil, putting new tires on your tractor, or maintaining your commercial vehicles, we do it with integrity at Peoria Tire, like we've done for 100 years. Give us a call right now, and we'll get you set up with an appointment. Honesty, the original way to do business. From the original Peoria Tire.
I started in 1951 when I was 14 years old. A gentleman by the name of Joe O'Brien, he told me, he said, I've had planes, I've had motorhomes, I've had big houses, I've had little houses, Wayne. He said, I've had everything that I've ever wanted, but he said, I've never appreciated anything more than a motorcycle. You get on it, you go where you want to go, and you don't have to answer to anybody. Sometimes you can call it work, other times it's just a pleasure to do what you do every day.
Welcome to the Playground Showdown. On today's field, we have Mom versus her pint-sized powerhouse, Timmy. Mom takes off like a blur, and oh, looks like she's hurt her foot, and is now showing us an impromptu dance.
Whether your game is on the basketball court or the playground, get back to it with world-class orthopedic care. Brought to you by OSF Healthcare and Great Plains Orthopedics, official sports medicine providers for Bradley Athletics. Find care now at osfhealthcare.org/orthocare.
Back here in Peoria, Brian Buto, Matt McLean with you, 71-28. Bradley on top of Judson. It was 56-26 at the intermission, so 15-2 run by the Braves to begin the second half. Substitutions in for both sides. That one spins off. Jonovic, one of those substitutions, gets the rebound for the Braves. Christian Davis, catch and shoot three, a little bit short. Knocked away by Dean. Good effort, but it'll head over to the Eagles, and we'll head to another break.
It's a 2-for-1 special, Black Friday. How about that?
There you go. There you go. Well, we're not done with those references either, I guarantee you. All Bradley here this afternoon. They lead by 4.
I've heard it all my life. Don't buy fancy coffee. But here's the thing. I like my daily dose of vanilla latte. With SEFQ's help, I know I'm managing and spending my money in a way that works best for me. And I can keep track of my spending just like that. Boom. Mobile app. I'll take a muffin too. Since I got an account with SEFQ, I'm doing things my way, and that's what really matters. Ooh, that's good.
Our generation isn't turning away from the world's problems. Watch us fly ahead, rise to every challenge, and overcome anything. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
At Burger King, we flame grill our burgers. Why? Because that's how it should be done. Hot, juicy, smoky, flame grilled, and made your way. This weekend only, get a free Whopper Jr. with a $1 purchase, only on the BK app.
Marshall's buyers travel far and wide to hustle the best deals on amazing holiday gifts. So you don't have to.
It's cashmere. This is Italian leather. European chocolate.
We get the deals. You gift the good stuff.
I'ma give you what you want.
Y'all see this? Patrick Mahomes is saying goodbye. People was tripping.
Where are you going?
He was actually saying goodbye to his old phone.
I'm switching to the amazing new iPhone 16 for T-Mobile.
It's the first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence. That's like peanut butter on jelly on gold. Get 4 iPhone 16s on us. Plus 4 lines for $25. And save on every plan versus the other big guys. What a deal. That's a lot if you ask me. If y'all giving it away too fast, T-Mobile, slow down.
Well, Bradley here this afternoon in Central Illinois, and since 1907, we've been One Valley, united institutions with common goals, breaking down barriers and building up communities. MVC student athletes are leaving a lasting impact in the places they call home by sharing diverse perspectives and fostering a climate of unity for future Valley pioneers. We are One Valley. 8 to shoot for the Eagles. A little high-low action intended for Ellis. Couldn't connect, and it'll turn back over to the Braves.
Yeah, nice little wrinkle there by the Braves, too. I think there's kind of an inverted 2-3 zone that they've kind of been working on as well to come out there and give him that look, and leads to a turnover.
Jonovic finds Dean. In the corner, Davis. Drive and kick. Montgomery's three is good.
Yeah, Zeke Montgomery heating up real quick. A trifecta of three-pointers here the first 5+ minutes of the first half. And he's really getting the offense going here.
He's got 11 in the second half alone as Johnson will provide numbers for the Braves. Dean looking for his 7th triple, and he's got it.
That's just a 4-on-2 there by Bradley Judson, not able to get back off the turnover. The Braves make him pay once again. That's now 34 points that Bradley has scored off of Judson turnovers. And Meta Jonovic there getting in the passing lane, and it's just going to be a short possession here for Judson, with just 14 to shoot now.
Bellevue, long deuce. There's Jonovic. Here's Dean, who's 7 of 8 from 3, 8 of 9 from the floor overall. Whips a pass to Davis. He's going to be short. Walsh. Spires zips it over to Bellevue. Good pass.
Beautiful look there as well by Little, firing it over to get the easy bucket.
Dean, not this time, and Bellevue the board. Bellevue with 14, left his feet too soon. Dean surveying, here's Johnson, drives in, kicks, no one home, and
he saw Elmore Allison shrieking
yeah.
into the scorer's table to get into the game. Unfortunate turnover there by the Braves, but a well-deserved break here for Zeke Montgomery, Duke Dean, and Christian Davis going to the bench.
13-19 remaining in this one. They get a nice round of applause. Nwosu puts it on the floor, draws the contact, and he'll go to the line. Hit the hardwood. But it seems to be all right.
Yeah, definitely don't want to see any injuries in a game like this, especially for Bradley and Judson here today. Nice to see him get up and get a chance to go to the line for 2.
There's 3 free throw attempts on the afternoon for Judson. They're 2 of 3. This is Nwosu's first trip, but he's been a very good foul shooter this year.
Prolific, yeah.
26 of 29 now on the season.
90% free throw shooter.
Timothy Vanderknapp is going to come in for Atlason. Vanderknapp, a freshman out of Italy.
Player, this coaching staff is very excited to get some more opportunities. A game like this one he can thrive in, come out and get some competition against somebody other than your teammates in practice, and see what you can kind of develop as a young man, a freshman coming into the program with a lot of promise.
Again, the 16th Bradley player all time to be from a country outside of the United States. I mentioned Italy just a moment ago. 16th different country, I should say.
And they got all those flags hanging up in their practice facility, too.
Yeah.
It's really cool to go in and see all the different countries that are represented currently, but also all time as well, too. When players come in, they got their flags hanging up in there, and it's just kind of a nice little touch. You know, Bradley's kind of been an international program, so to speak. It all started year 1 with Brian Wardle, kind of out of necessity, had to real late into the kind of calendar, had to try to find some players somewhere, and the international waters have been more than excellent for Bradley in the 10-year career of Brian Wardle.
There's no question about it. Another one on Jonovic with that last shot attempt and a vicious block, which won't count in the statistics as Dylan gets charged with the foul first, but it doesn't make it any less emphatic.
It was a volleyball spike.
Yeah, it was.
Goodness gracious, but I like this from Judson, trying to get downhill. You know, Spires feels his defender on the back hip, gets to the line, drawing that contact, and it's an opportunity to put a couple in for the Eagles.
Yeah, you said it. The Valley volleyball tournament was this past weekend. You probably saw a lot of that.
And my wife and I have been to probably about 6 or 7 volleyball games this year, and I know Jonovic has been into quite a lot of them because he's hard to miss. He takes up 2 rows when he sits. He puts his legs on the chair in front of him, and it looks like he's just sitting normally, but he's instead that 7'1" frame taking up 2 seats. My goodness.
I started to make this point earlier, but Darius Hannah, we've talked a lot about his 3-point shooting. There's the quick find to Jonovic underneath, and he scores. But because of him becoming a threat from 3, and what's become not just a small sample anymore, like he's knocked down like good looking 3-point attempts, it really allows some rotational flexibility for the Braves because he can now play the 4. He can play alongside Jonovic, and that's a nice weapon when going up against teams with some size, and maybe that's just the right fit at that moment. It certainly helps this team, and it will throughout the course of the season.
Without a doubt, and you talked about even just in the traditional lineup, obviously it's great you can play the multiple big men with Hannah and Jonovic, but the traditional lineup where Hannah might be playing the 5, good luck with a big man trying to keep up with Darius Hannah's range, his mobility, getting to the hoop, his mid-range game. offensive threat without a doubt.
A three-level score, love that. 79-33 is the score under 12.
You got the tickets?
Vivid Seats, the only ticket company in the game that rewards you for buying. From concerts to sports and everything in between. Vivid Seats, official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Ooh, stuffed up again?
So congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Just Sinex? Breathe. What is... Wow. Sinex? Breathe. Ah.
Get your paper tablet at remarkable.com today.
Did you know there's a detergent that gets your dishes up to 100% clean, even in an older dishwasher? Switch to Cascade Platinum Plus. Designed with leading manufacturers, it delivers sparkling clean dishes in any machine. Just scrape, load, and you're done. Packed with double the Dawn, Cascade Platinum Plus removes up to 100% of grease and food residue, delivering sparkling clean dishes on the toughest jobs. For the highest standard of clean, even in older dishwashers, switch to Cascade Platinum Plus.
TJ. JJ.
JJ.
Lateral races. Brutal.
TJ. TJ.
JJ. It's time to play offense. Turn it up. Whoa, let's cool it, you two.
Mom.
Brian Beto and Matt McLean back with you, and Arch Madness takes place March 6th through the 9th at Enterprise Center in St. Louis. Get your all-session tickets now and save nearly $25 by calling 309-677-2625 or order online at bradleybraves.com. Support the Braves and experience the madness. 79-33 is the score, 11:56 to go. All 5 players on the floor for the Braves are reserves currently. Off the inbounds, Hoover scoops it off the court. With it is Spires. And that's going to be on Jonovic for a hold. The shot clock will be at 20. It's just so hard to get it over his hand, and it didn't get enough on it where Thomas able to get the deflection and the steal.
And we've seen it a couple of times from Jonovic as well, being able to influence those inbounds passes. Jaquan Johnson, uncharacteristic turnover there for the Braves. But Brian, you mentioned, kind of having the reserves in right now. Coming into the game, Coach Wardle was saying, hey, we're going to play the starters 20, 25 minutes, try to get, if everything goes to plan, that was the goal, right? And so now you get the opportunity here the last 11 plus minutes of the game, get some of your bench guys coming in, try to work on their games a little bit, and have an opportunity to get some valuable minutes.
Hoover intercepted by Dillon. Here's Johnson. Jonovic thought about it and said, Thomas in the corner. His three is good.
I love it in Corey Thomas's game, too. He's another one of those guys who can be a 3-level scorer as well. He shoots the ball a really high percentage coming in from his previous school as well. And we see on the defensive end his instant impact as well. The steal that led to that 3-ball.
Hoover on the low block, guarded by Thomas. Fadeaway jumper is too strong. Vandernapp boxed out well and collects the rebound for his squad. Johnson, Thomas, same spot. Not this time. Dillon keeps it alive, but I think he stepped on the baseline. He did, but to your point, good hustle by Dillon, but it'll be Judson basketball.
Yeah, I saw Connor Dillon pregame as well, kind of meeting up with Judson assistant coach Barrick Olden as well, another Central Illinois native. Barrick was a Morton Potter standout, 1,000-point scorer with the Potters. So nice to see him here tonight. And he says he's coaching up the JV squads as well, Judson. So kind of a nice little Central Illinois reunion. So
Power dribble by Jonovich, but he couldn't finish. Johnson scrappy on the floor. Love the Peoria connection. There's a lot of it.
That's right. And Gus Rugard, also another Morton guy as well, too, on the Bradley bench, a newcomer for the Braves. And, you know, Barrick and Gus also talked pregame as well, too. So, hey, we got a lot of great Central Illinois basketball, and it's nice to see him here playing in Peoria tonight.
Vandernap. To inbound, and he receives the handoff from Jonovich, and he walks.
Yeah, you can see what Vandernap was trying to do there. Got his defender on the back hip, trying to spin away from him, but unfortunately picks up the pivot foot off the contact, going the other way.
Little. There's Spires. Quick passing. Vandernap did get a deflection on it. Spires trying to get in the seams. Right corner three. Thomas using that length to grab the board. Vandernap spotted up. Steps into a deuce.
Nice shot fake to create the opportunity. Can't get that one to go, though, unfortunately, for Vandernap. We've seen some nice flashes here by Corey Thomas as well, too. Pre-game Coach Wardle telling us, hey, Corey might be one of our best rebounders. You see the foul there. And Thomas, one of those guys who just has a nose for the ball, really great rebounder, always boxes out. We've seen that with the steal. He's got a 3-ball as well, a couple rebounds here, just the first couple of minutes that he's played in action tonight.
Good activity from Thomas, as Little will head to the strike. 68% to begin the year. Knocks down the first. Bradley will be in Carbondale on Tuesday night. They'll take on Southern Illinois. You get another look at the contact. And that'll be the conference opener. It will be the last conference game until another 4 weeks go by, roughly 4 weeks. The conference home opener takes place right before the new year on the 29th against Valparaiso. That'll be a matinee contest as well here in Peoria. Tuesday night at Carbondale as good. Cutting to the basket and a flush from Thomas on the feed from Johnson.
Great job there by Johnson, finding a streak in Corey Thomas. Throws it down with 2 hands on the baseline. The Braves going to Carbondale next, as you mentioned, Brian. It seems like those games are always interesting between Bradley and the Salukis down in Carbondale. Remember a couple memorable games. Corey Thomas, another 3-ball.
He's been living in that corner, and he splashes home another. 2 of 4 from deep for Corey Thomas. He's got 8 off the bench, all coming in this half. And the Braves now lead by 52 as Little gives a second chance on this trip for Judson. Johnson on him. Hoover spins it. I think he slipped and he traveled.
Yeah, slipped on that hockey rink underneath. We got a quick change here tonight with the Riverman game tonight as well, too. Busy game at Carver Arena.
Still 7:54 left to go in this one. Is Bradley having an afternoon, up 87-35 here in Peoria.
This is ludicrous.
Ludicrous. All right, who called for ludicrous?
Sorry,
we meant this is ludicrous.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't tell ludicrous what's ludicrous. Ludicrous tells you what's ludicrous.
Okay.
Oh, that is ludicrous. You don't need me for this. Hang on. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Good thing you have State Farm. Just file a claim on the app or call us.
Guess I can go.
Don't you mean roll out?
No, I don't.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome to the Playground Showdown. On today's field, we have Mom versus her pint-sized powerhouse, Timmy. Mom takes off like a blur, and looks like she's hurt her foot and is now showing us an impromptu dance.
Whether your game is on the basketball court or the playground, get back to it with world-class orthopedic care. Brought to you by OSF Healthcare and Great Plains Orthopedics, official sports medicine providers for Bradley Athletics. Find care now at osfhealthcare.org/orthocare.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with the Ford crew.
Maverick, Ranger.
Another truckload of trucks?
Big event needs a big selection. Right, like the Ford F-Series. Best-selling trucks for 47 years. Gas, hybrid, electric, and big selection means great deals. Exactly, which means it's the best time to buy.
Choose Flex Buy on F-150 and get 1.9% for 66 months plus 1,000 Flex Buy cash and 1,000 holiday bonus cash. Only at your local Ford dealer.
$7:54 to go. All Bradley again here this afternoon, leading Judson, the CCAC 87-35. Bradley doing it in all facets, Matt. In particular here, we've talked about their ability to really beat teams up with the three-point line on both ends of the floor, and that's been the case again today. The Braves have dropped 17 threes opposed to just 2 for Judson, so that's a 45-point differential from the three-point arc. And while that's obviously a wide margin, they've been maybe not to this degree in every matchup, but they've, for the most part this season, that's kind of been the case as an area they've really excelled.
Yeah, as you talk about effective field goal percentage, obviously threes are worth more than twos, right? We're going to get to some of that as well, too. But when you're shooting that such a high clip from the three-point arc, you really have such an advantage over your opponent. And Bradley's talking about the second half. They're shooting 58% from behind the arc as well, too. So really just kind of dominating this game. And Connor Dillon trying to add on that three-point tally, unable to get it to go.
They do get a good look out of the timeout. And Bellevue, who has 14, gives to Hoover. Guarded by Vandernap. Quick pass to Perry. Johnson the rebound. In the corner, opposite corner this time for Thomas, too strong. Osborne looking for Bellevue, but he's fronted by Johnson.
Love the physicality there. 8-inch difference there as well. And Johnson does a great job coming up with the steal as well, too. Trying that whole possession to get to Bellevue. Doesn't let him, and gets Vandernap an opportunity for three.
Thomas kept it alive. Dillon for the second chance triple. That's good.
Yeah, he's a guy you really know can fill it up in a hurry. Had a game earlier in the season, went 4 for 4 from behind the arc as well at Washington State. So really a guy who can fill it up from behind the arc, gets in the scoreboard there, and forces the steal.
And Dillon eyes up, but good transition D by Judson. Dribbles through out to Vandernap. Now tries from the corner. Dillon again.
What do we say about heating up in a hurry? My goodness, 2 quick trigger 3 balls from the lefty. The Peoria Notre Dame product making it rain here at Carver.
And this is a guy that's going to help this team win basketball games this year, as that one's laid in by Bellevue. You already talked about knocking down those 4 triples in a very difficult environment at Washington State. Got a pair off the bench here this afternoon. Johnson spinning around his defender, trying to weave through traffic, lost it. Thomas gets it back. Vandernap fumbles, regains, and buries the deuce.
Beautiful stroke there as well. Off of the dribble, does a nice job catching the ball, shot fake, step inside the three-point arc, and knock down the 19-footer.
Perry trying to muscle his way through underneath the Osborne. Back to Perry, blocked by Jonovic. Jonovic blocked again. And Perry able to throw it off Jonovic with 6 to shoot. Really frustrated. It's just so tough to maneuver around the rim against a guy like Jonovic's stature. And with that said, we're going to empty the bench here in Peoria. Great round of applause. Crowd on their feet as the second unit heads to the bench, and they were magnificent here with their effort, activity, offensive efficiency, defensive intensity as well here, as Connor Linke spats it right back.
He saw Jonovic, says volleyball
yeah,
time,
do
right?
I can do it, exactly.
Yeah, but that second unit for the Braves today, my goodness, talk about the impact they've had off of the bench and just doing an excellent job of keeping up that intensity. And we're going to have a overturn here going Bradley ball now.
So Connor Linke, Gus Rugard, who Matt just mentioned a few minutes ago, Sam Hennessy, Gonar Ballou, and Vandernap, who has been in, will stay in for the Braves. He's trying to close this one out, improve to 7-1. Gonar Ballou.
Great hustle by Connor Linke. Great hustle by Connor Linke. Second chance opportunity here for the Braves.
The screen and roll. There's Hennessy. Pump fakes, corner, Ballou tries again. This time it's good.
I think he prefers that far corner. That Gonar Ballou gets the 3-ball to go. And you hear the Carver Arena faithful loving that. Gonar Ballou, a guy who's put so much hard work and effort into this program over his last couple of seasons here in Peoria, gets rewarded with a big-time triple.
That's the 20th 3 from Bradley, which ties a record for this program. It comes off the fingertips of Gonar Ballou. And here you go. Cade Hartke will come in for Vandernap. And Rugard working off the screen from Linke.
Look at the roll, got him.
Teardrop. Johnson Bardick. Tried the reverse. Ballou got in the way of that.
Bradley doing a nice job of spacing the floor here, trying to work some opportunities. Drive down baseline here, maybe potentially for Hennessy. Brings it back out. Moving the ball and the man. Ballou tries this corner now.
Hartke pulls it out. He'll try it. Ballou up and 2 more plus the harm.
Yeah, I love that effort. Hey, Gonar Ballou and Connor Linke pushing each other around down there, and you hear how much the Carver Arena crowd is loving this.
So Gonar Ballou now with 5. He'll have a chance for 1 more. After this, 3:11 to go. Bradley has reached triple digits. 100-37 is the score.
Ever since I tried Hidden Valley Ranch, I finally found what I've been looking for.
Oh my gosh.
I know. How is this stuff so good?
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only serious about flavor. It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a rugged new Passport, Pilot with available all-wheel drive, and the powerful Ridgeline. So don't wait. Turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Whopper, Whopper, what's that Whopper? You created these showstoppers, crunchy, saucy, tangy toppers. Can they beat the OG? At BK, have it your way.
Marshall's buyers travel far and wide to hustle the best deals on amazing holiday gifts. So you don't have to.
It's cashmere. This is Italian leather. European chocolate.
We get the deals. You gift the good stuff.
I'ma give you what you want.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds. With the money I saved, I thought I'd get a wax figure of myself. Cool, right? Look at the craftsmanship. I mean, they even got my nostrils right. It's just nice to know, years after I'm gone, this guy will be standing the test of time. He's melting. Oh, geez. No. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Welcome back to Peoria. Going to wrap things up here. Let's take a look at our Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois player of the game, and it's Duke Dean.
23 points, 7 of 8 from behind the arc. Beautiful step back triple there. Duke Dean kind of getting it done on all facets of the game today. Ran the offense to perfection in his 21 minutes of play at 5 assists as well. Added a couple of steals and really does a great job of running this offense. Great on the defensive side of the ball as well, and making it rain. It's snowing outside on our way in, but a little rain inside of Carver Arena here this afternoon as well.
Baloo now is 6, so 101 points for the Braves. First time since triple digits, since actually they played Judson almost 4 years ago to the day on December 1st, 2020. And I mentioned the tying a program record with 23s blocked. And Hennessy, the rebound, last time that happened was nearly 18 years to the day, late November in 2006. The Braves notched 20 triples against Florida A&M. Danny Adams had 8 threes in that ball game. Rugard sets the new program record for the Braves.
How about that? Gus Rugard knocking down the triple. And the 21st three-pointer for the Braves. My goodness, seeing history here tonight for the Braves.
Sure Rugard was even born when that happened.
Probably not.
That's how old I am.
That's
I
really
was
good.
at that game as a student.
You're showing our age a little bit here, Brian. This is an excellent pass here. I love the drawn-up play there. Hartke setting a screen and a little flare there going out to the wing as Rugard. And an excellent pass there by Connor Linke as well. And we've seen that from Connor Linke in the last couple of years, getting some valuable playing time down the stretch of seasons. He's a dependable player. Coach Wardle relies on him for his, he knows the playbook, knows all 5 positions, almost another coach out on the floor. And nice job of throwing that flare to Rugard. And that's what we talked about before the game was you got to play 40 minutes, got to make sure you keep your intangibles, know what you're doing all game. And Bradley's played almost outside maybe the first 2 minutes, have played almost a perfect game tonight.
Yeah, no question about it. And, continues on to another step in the right direction as this group has won.
Trying again.
As Rugard tries another. After the loss at Washington State, this will be their 6th consecutive win. You carry the momentum. You beat some really strong teams on a neutral site. Now you have to go to a place that's difficult to play at. Matt, you mentioned some very dramatic games that have taken place between those 2 teams in Carbondale, including last year, obviously.
A huge deficit they came back from. And year before that, it was the rink-masked 4-point play in the final seconds. So there's been some drama down in Carbondale, without a doubt.
So that'll be a fun and, again, an opportunity for the Braves to start the conference season on a right foot as Hartke splashes in a triple.
Beautiful, and loved unselfishness by Gonar Baloo as well, too, finding the extra man, makes the extra pass. Kate Hartke knocks down the triple. This is one of those games for the Braves. It's so good for your team morale to come home after a holiday tournament. You don't have a lapse and kind of your focus and things of that nature, and come out and play just an excellent game in front of your home crowd as you get ready to go into a huge game on Tuesday, starting up the Valley season.
Yeah, December, a very testing month for the Braves, with not only the Southern game on the road, but on a neutral site against a very, very talented Santa Clara team. You come home, you take on a San Francisco team that's a lot of people are picking to go to the tournament and potentially do some damage in that tournament. As Hennessy as it bounces out. But that'll be right before Christmas. You have Canisius as well, and then leading into the conference home opener against Valpo to the end of the month. So a lot going on for the Braves, and they have to feel good about each day. As cliche it is, like take every game at a time, day at a time, game at a time, and they've done exactly that. And you've seen the improvements already from just 4 weeks ago when the season opened against SEMA.
Oh, some dramatic improvements from the Braves without a doubt, and you see a nice, look at the offensive rebounds. The guys are still going out there, and Hennessy trying to get another 3 to go down. But Brian, as you mentioned, the dramatic improvement you've seen in this Braves team so far this season, and really hanging their hat on defense. You know, tonight going up against the NAIA opponent, understandable, but just giving up 41 points. Really a crown jewel defensive performance here tonight.
Yeah,
Bradley.
against a team that's scored nearly 80 points a game.
Yeah.
And basically cut that in half. All-around really strong effort from Bradley. Good effort by Judson as well. They played to the final horn. Some really good individual performances, particularly George Bellevue, who was great at times for Judson. But at the end, just too much Bradley. Their balanced scoring that we've seen that's been really at the forefront of this offensive outburst this team has put on in the first 8 games, and it was on display again today. Just an overall strong effort. Right?
Yeah, I mean, a 6th straight win, obviously, for Bradley. You know, for Judson, if they play with that intensity and some of that heart, you know, this season, they're going to do great things in the CCAC. So a lot of things they can go and learn from film on this one. For the Braves, you got to this game, everyone's healthy. You get an opportunity to get some guys some extra, really, really valuable minutes. Your starters get out there and played some solid 20, 25 minutes and kind of really keep that momentum going was one of our keys, and they really found a way to do that this afternoon.
Well, that's going to wrap things up from Carver Arena. So for my partner, Matt McClain, and everyone in our Chef Tech production crew, I'm Brian Vito saying so long from Peoria, where again the final, it's the Bradley Braves 107, the Judson Eagles 41. Again, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoy the rest of the holiday weekend. This has been a presentation of ESPN.
The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now ready.